Hey there, everybody. It's CP Cards and Dice, and welcome to another presentation of our 71 Mets Seaver replay. We're using Deep Drive Baseball. Great little system. We are in Montreal at Jarry Park, or Parc Jarry, and it's Tom Seaver on the mound against Bill Stoneman. Stoneman was 17-16 with a 3.15 ERA, while Tom Terrific was 20-10 with a 1.76 ERA. Microscopic, almost 300 strikeouts, almost 300 innings, 36 games. I think he started 35. Age 26 years old. This is his 1969 card. I have the Topps 1970 set, which shows all the 1969 players. And so I guess this is his 1970 card, representative of his 1969 season, since they're taken in October, and it kind of represents the team that they finished with. So I'm right about to get started. Deep Drive Baseball, a lot of fun, and I want to show you something about the ballpark card and exactly how that works. And let me get that real quick. Let me just show you. Before I start, I like to do a little tutorial every time I start a game, and it's real simple. Right here, 0 to 4. You see that number 0, and I can write on these because again, these are PDFs, so I can print out another batch if I want them, brand new. I don't really worry about that too much. Once you have PDFs, you can kind of make your own notes and all that kind of thing, and I really like that about it. So in the deep drive section, generally not on Bud Harrelson, but for example on Boots Day, right? Boots Day has a section here that has a little symbol, and that symbol tells you 0 to 18. So when you roll on a home run, the ballpark is going to have a lot to do with Boots Day hitting a home run, because his home run numbers are 0 to 19. So almost there's a modifier on almost 99% of these numbers. 0 to 18 is potentially modified with the ballpark. So when I roll, let's say I roll a 4 and a 18. Okay, I roll a 4 and an 18. Well, a 4 falls within the ballpark home run rating, which means now if I roll 0 to 19, guess what? The modifier, well, actually 0 to 18, but 0 to 19, there would be no modifier on number 19. But 0 to 18, the modifier says home run, right? Now, if I rolled the green die a 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, let's say a 6, that's going to mean that in my next roll, it's basically going to mean that there won't be a home run from 0 to 18, Whereas if I roll within the home run numbers, 0 to 18 is a home run. If I roll outside of the 0 to 4, like a 5, a 6, a 7, or a 9, right, and it lands like on that same 18, it won't be a home run because of the ballpark modifier. You see, so in the second roll, I rolled a 6, which says it's going to be a fly out to center field. All right. So it has to do with the ballpark for some players more than others. I don't have to worry about Buddy Harrelson hitting a home run because he didn't hit any, so he doesn't have a home run number there. And you can't hit a home run off the pitcher's card. That's the cool thing about it. Okay. It's only you can't hit a home run off the pitcher's card, but you can have more chances for a home run off the pitcher's card. So if I'm a guy that gave up 30 home runs, my DD section is going to be huge, right? And that's the cool thing where you can represent the number of home runs a pitcher hits, some being few and others being, more. And then it takes you to deep drive. So if you pull another batter, this player had more home runs, but based, of course, he only had 100 at bats. So it's all proportional. But he has numbers 0 to 33. He has a park modifier 0 to 13. All right. So basically, what does that mean? When I roll a deep drive, whether it be on Seaver, right, or on Swanson, he has 0-1. Now I got to roll again on a deep drive card. And if I roll this here, right, let's say I roll a 6, that's going to be a deep drive. It's going to be a deep fly to center field, right? Potentially. Now that 18 is going to fall within the home run range, but the modifier only goes up to 13. So the modifier is not going to be taking effect since I rolled an 18. Had I rolled a 0 to 13 with that 6, it would be a fly out to center field. Okay? Let me do that one more time. And Rusty Staub, his modifier park rating is 0 to 8, right? And his home run rating is 0 to 28. So if I roll that 6, right, fly ball to center field, but I roll that same 18, that's beyond his 0 to 8. So he would not be modified to an out because it's above that. It's 18. So Rusty Staub would hit a home run. And Rusty Staub had 19 home runs and 700 plate appearances. So it all depends on who's batting. Now, here's another batter with 13 home runs. His home run numbers are 0 to 32. His ballpark modifier is 0 to 8. Again, if I roll that 6, it would potentially be a fly ball to center. So it's a deep drive center field. The center fielder goes back to the track, and it's an 18. It's above the 0 to 8, so it's going to be a home run. Had I rolled a 0 to 8, well, guess what? That is within the modified ballpark results on Fairley's card. I rolled a 6, so that would mean it's a fly ball to 8 to center field that's caught at the track. So I just wanted to do that quick tutorial on that. And I'm going to get started with the game. It's Buddy Harrelson versus Bill Stoneman. And let us get started. It is Harrelson in shortstop. He's a pretty good shortstop, range 4. Jorgensen in center field. I believe he's not very good. He's a 1. Cleon Jones in left field. Kranepool's a 4 at first base. He's batting clean. I'm batting 5th is the right fielder, Kenny Singleton. Kenny Boswell's second baseman, batting 6th. Batting 7th is Jerry Grody, the catcher. 8th is Tim Foley, third baseman. He's a 3. Decent. And Tom Terrific in the last spot, the 4 defense. Let's get started. Here's the pitch from Stoneman, Buddy Harrelson. That's a 42. That's going to be off Harrelson. 0 to 49 is off Harrelson. And it's popped up to the second baseman, Ron Hunt. Mike Jorgensen. That's an 83. That's going to be off the pitcher and a 0. That's line and caught by Hunt. 2 up, 2 down. Here's Cleon Jones. That's a 0-8. That's going to be line. Base hit for Cleon Jones. Cut off by center fielder Boots Day, believe it or not. And Jones is a 1C stealer, and it's a +1, so he's a 2C. And the catcher, Bateman, is a blank, so it's a 2C. We'll roll. We need to roll really low for a steal. We don't get it. Okay, so it's Eddie Kranepool. Let's throw that 20-sided die, see if there's a wild pitch past ball. No ones there. Oh, it was almost a 0. 83, and that is going to be a ground ball hit sharply to the second baseman, Hunt, over to first in time to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit. We go to bottom of the first. No score here in Montreal. Boots Day versus Tom Terrific. Tom Terrific is, I believe, he has 3 shutouts in his last 4 games. That's a 0-4, but this game is going to get started with a hit. Boots stays on with a single, 1B, but then a 0B because Seaver's a -1 on the hold rating. Hold rating is right in here. You can see that. And it's going to be Stan Swanson. Stan Swanson is a good guy to try hit and run with, and we'll try that. That's a 39. That's line. That's an automatic double play. Caught by second baseman, whips it to first, and it's a DP. It's going to be a 4-3 double play on the hit and run. All right, here is Rusty Staub with 2 outs, bottom of the first, the 70. That's strike 3, and that retires the side. So Seaver picks up his first K. No runs, 1 hit. Go to the top of the second. Very nice little game, plays very fluidly, very quickly, very smoothly. Kenny Singleton, Bill Stoneman, and that's a 58. That's going to be ball 4. So Kenny Singleton strolls down to first base. Boswell's up next. And that's a 10. That's line base hit for Boswell. Singleton is going to stop at second base. Yeah, he's very slow, by the way. He definitely stops by at second base. All right, so we got Jerry Grody at the batter. Then we have Tim Foley and Tom Seaver. And what we're going to do here with nobody out is bunt. Bunting is very easy. That's a 44 and a 2. That's going to be an easy out, and that 2 is to the pitcher. Successful sacrifice for Grody. 1-4. Both runners move up. And wait, actually, you know what? Kenny Singleton being very slow. They can try to get the lead runner on this. I just remembered that. They can try to get the lead runner very slow. And the fielder is Stoneman, who's a 3. It's going to be 0-6. So let's roll. Let's try to get the lead runner. And no, they don't get it. So basically, it's going to be a fielder's choice sacrifice. And that's going to put bases loaded now. So Kenny Singleton just missed getting Singleton at third base. Bases loaded for Tim Foley. Here's the pitch, and that is a 39 and a 4. Infield is going to be back for the double play. There's nobody out with the bases loaded. That's usually my house rule, especially before the 5th inning. When there's nobody out and anything, usually 2 runners on and nobody out, or bases loaded, nobody out, I will play it back for the double play. So it's going to be a 39 and a 4, and a 4 is going to be a medium grounder to second baseman Hunt. And he's going to go to second for 1, throw to first, not in time. So it's a 4-6. That's going to be an RBI. Mets are up 1-0. Seaver's record, by the way, is 10-1 with a 2.76 ERA. Now his ERA has taken somewhat of a hit early on in the season, so he's had to kind of, really ramp it up to adjust his ERA. And Bill Stoneman, Tom Seaver, first and third with 1 out. Again, just trying to get out of this inning, so we're going to play the infield back. And that is a 4-3 and a 5. And that is, again, chopped to short, charged by the shortstop. Sutherland goes to second for 1, and that's all they're going to be able to get. 6-4, fielder's choice. Another RBI for the Mets. But there's 2 outs now, so It wasn't too bad. It could have been a lot worse for the Expos. Buddy Harrelson. Here's a pitch. All right. Buddy Harrelson popped up in the first inning. That's a 99-0. That's going to be lined and caught by the second baseman, Hunt. L4. Hunt's gotten a lot of action at second base. That retires the side. Mets pick up 2 runs on 1 hit and a walk. And it's going to be Ron Fairley, Bob Bailey, and John Bateman for Montreal here in the bottom of the second. See how Seaver does. All right, here's a pitch from Tom Terrific. Checks in for the sign. Winds and deals, and that's a 26. That's a defensive check. A 15, that's going to take us to range. Range 40, and a 40 range on the third baseman. Third baseman Foley, he's not a 4, he's a 3. That's going to be an E5. E5, error on Foley. And Ron Fairley's on. We're throwing that 20-side die, see if there's a 1 result. There's nothing there. So it'd be an 80 and a 4. And that's going to be another defensive check. And a 39 this time takes us to an error on the third baseman. Back-to-back E's on the third baseman, Tim Foley. Holy smokes. John Bateman is up now. And we're going to try bunting with Bateman. Let's throw that 20-side. Oh, we got a 1, so there could be a wild pitch, pass ball, pick off, anything like that. 34. Let's see what that says. 34 says wild pitch C, D, or F. Tom Seaver is a wild pitch C, so it's going to be a wild pitch on Tom Terrific. That's going to move runners up. So both runners move up on the wild pitch. And John Bateman need not square for the bunt now. Here's a pitch from Seaver. Infield for the Mets is back. And that's a 60. That's strike 3. And Seaver blows a fastball by Bateman. Now it's Ron Hunt, second baseman. He's an ex-Met, I believe, in the early years. And that's a 79. That's going to be a defensive check again. Could be another error in this inning. A 52. And that is going to be a comebacker to Seaver. And he throws to first, but he throws high. And that's going to score a run. And that's going to be an E1. Third error by the Mets in this inning. And the Mets with the infield back, that's going to be an RBI. Because 1-3 would have scored him anyway. And that's going to send Bailey to third base. But this run is unearned. Gary Sutherland now with runners on first and third. Now the Mets are going to play the infield back. And that's a 0-0. That's going to be a deep drive. So here you get a chance to watch how the deep drive works. And that's a 0, so we know it's within the home run range. And this could be a home run. A 0-1, it is going to be a home run. That's a deep drive. And that's left center field. Back goes Jones, and that is out of here. It's a 3-run shot for Gary Sutherland, who hit 4 home runs, 3 RBIs. And that's a little shortstop. Gary Sutherland connects for a quadrangular. That's how the Spanish stations call it. Bill Stoneman. It's a 51 deep drive off Seaver. Oops, I threw the 20 instead of the. All right. And let's see what happens. That's it. 0-5 is going to be 0-5 is going to be a fly ball left field. And that's going to retire the side. Oh, no, that's just out number 2. Wait a second. It does not. Lucky I looked. I double-checked that. All right, here goes. Boots Day started the inning with a single. And it's a 71, and that's strike 3. And that retires the side. That's Seaver's 3rd strikeout of the game. Weird inning, 3 Mets errors and a home run. And the Expos pick up 4 runs on 1 hit. Pretty crazy. All right, it's going to be Mike Jorgensen, Cleon Jones, and Eddie Kranepool starting off the top of the third. The Expos lead it 4-2. Here's a pitch from Bill Stoneman. That's a 92 and a 6, and that's ripped to the shortstop who scoops it. That is Sutherland, fires the first in time, one away. Top of the third, 4-2. 1 out, 61, and that is a base on balls. So Cleon Jones trots down at first base. Now Jones with the steal is a 1C. We're not going to bother. It's a 59, and that is ball 4, so back-to-back walks. Tying runs are on base for Kenny Singleton. Here's Singleton is a switch hitter batting from the left side. And then Stoneman, the pitch from Stoneman, an 85 and a 3, and that's grounded slowly to first baseman. And that's going to move both runners over. Three unassisted. So ground ball 3, unassisted. And it's Kenny Boswell runners on second and third and 2 outs. And here's the pitch from Stoneman. That is a 33 and a 4 is ground ball. Charged by the shortstop Sutherland. Throw to first and in time. No runs. No hits. 2 left on. Bottom of the third. See if Seaver can have an easy 1-2-3 inning. And that's a 64. That's a strikeout. Number 4 for Tom Terrific. Swanson swings at a pitch outside the strike zone. Heads back to the bench. And Rusty stop. 77. And that is strike 3, number 5 for Tom Terrific. Rusty looked baffled. And it's Ron Fairley who reached on an error. That's a 32. That's going to be a 1-2-3 inning for Tom Terrific. It's a slow ground ball to the shortstop who charges. Bare hands, it fires the first in time, and that retires the side. 3 up, 3 down. Top of the fourth. 4-2 Expos. Jerry Grody leading us off. He reached on a sacrifice earlier, fielder's choice sacrifice. That's a 17. That's a walk. That is the 4th walk allowed by starting pitcher Bill Stoneman. And it's going to be Tim Foley. Let him bat away. 35 and an 8. That's a fly to right. Under it is Staub. 1 down. Tom Terrific's going to swing away. Tom Terrific batted 196. That's a 65, and that is a strikeout. Tommy T goes down, swinging, and that is the first strikeout for Stoneman. And here's Buddy Harrelson with a 96 and an 8, and that is a fly to center. Over is Dave, settles under it, makes the catch. No runs, no hits. Mets lead 1. And we go to Bob Bailey. That's 1-4. That's a 14, and that is a ball 4. Ball 4 on Bailey, and that is the first walk allowed by Seaver. John Bateman is next. We'll throw that point-sided die to see if there's a 1. There's no 1 there. Bateman now. Here's a pitch, and that's a 0-0. That's a deep drive, but it's going to be an 8. So we'll see what happens. A 0-0 again, and that is going to be modified to a deep drive center field. On his horse is Jorgensen. He runs it down in center field. So Seaver got lucky there. That ball stayed in the park here at Jarry, or Park Jarry. And that is a 67 strikeout. Number 6, Ronnie Hunt goes down on strikes. And Sutherland, we're going to throw that 77 and a 7. And that is a strikeout. Number 7 for Seaver. 7 in 4 innings. And that is retires the side. No runs. No hits. 1 left. Top of the 5th. Top of the 5th, Jorgensen. Jones. Kranepool. Pitch from Stoneman. 24. And that's a strikeout. Number 2. Next is Cleon Jones. Cleon Jones is 1 for 1 with a walk and a single. And a 95 and a 4. And that is a ground ball to shortstop, Sutherland. Fires the first. High throw. Nice stretch by the first baseman, Ron Fairley. Eddie Kranepool now with 2 outs. 31, and that is a 4, and that is grounded to the third baseman. Across the diamond, 3 up, 3 down. Bottom of the 5th, 4-2 Expos. Bill Stoneman leading it off against Tom Terrific. That's a 36 and a 3, and that is a strikeout. So number 8 for Seaver. Boots Day 1 for 2. He singled and struck out. Here's a pitch from Seaver, and that is a 38 and a 4, and that is grounded to short. Harrelson throws him out. I'm going to let my dog out in a second. A 71 and a 6, and that's a strikeout. Number 9 for Seaver. No runs, no hits. We go top of the 6th. I'm going to let my dog out. He came to visit me. He wants to get out. All right, I'm back, 4-2. Bottom of the 6th. Montreal is up. Crazy second inning for the Expos. 3 errors and a home run. And it's going to be, top of the 6th. Singleton leading off. Let me double check that. Top of the 6th. No, that's 5. That's 5. And that's 5. 5 complete. That's right. Top of the 6th. Kenny Singleton. Here goes. Bill Stoneman on the mound for the Expos. It's a 72, and that's a strikeout. Number 3 for Stoneman. And Kenny Boswell, left-handed hitter, he's 1 for 2. He singled and then grounded out. That's an 18, and that is defense result on Bosman. And a 72, and that is going to be an error on the second baseman, E4. Because that's almost, unless he's a 5, and I don't remember Hunt being a 5 at second base. I can almost guarantee, because those are the things I look at to see if there's any anomalies. Yeah, he's an average second baseman. So that's an error on an average second baseman. So pretty sloppy game so far. Jerry Grody's coming up. I'm going to throw that D20 now. 1 is a wild pitcher pass ball. And it's 35 and a 1. And that's going to be popped up in foul territory. It's going to be the third baseman. 2 down. That's a 54, and that is going to be a line drive base hit. That's going to send Boswell at third, first and third. And here comes Tom Terrific. Tom Terrific, the decent hitter. See what he can do against Bill Stoneman with first and third and 2 out. Top of the 6th, 4-2 Expos, 0-3, and that is a base hit for Tom Terrific. It's going to be an RBI, and Tim Foley is going to try to, very fast. He's going to make it to third easily. RBI for Tom Terrific with 2 outs, clutch, but that's going to be an unearned run. And it's 4-3 now. 4-3 Expos. And it's Buddy Harrelson who's 0-3. Here's a pitch from Stoneman to Buddy. And that is a 0-9, and that is a single base hit, and that's going to score a run. Foley comes in, and the game is tied. 4-4. Mike Jorgensen with runners on first and, with first and second. That's a 30 and a 8. It's going to be a flat of center. Right there is Day, makes the catch, and that retires the side. But the Mets pick up 2 runs on 3 hits and an error, and they leave a couple. And it's all tied at 4 here in the bottom of the 6th. All right. Rusty Staub. It's a 98 and a 9. That's a fly ball. Shallow center. Racing in is Jorgensen, and he gets there for the out. Ron Fairley. Oh, that's a deep drive off Fairley. And that 3 is going to put us in the home run range. And that ball is, off the top of the wall. And that's going to be a double for Fairley. A 1-out double puts the go-ahead run at second base. Let's see if Tom Seaver can pitch his way out of trouble. And he will not. That's base hit. And we will and that's going to score. That is going to score fairly. Let me see. Let me make sure. It will score fairly from second base. Yes, sirree. So it's 5-4 now. Montreal. Runner on first, Bailey. He won't be running. And it's John Bateman. Again, another 0-8. That's a base hit. And Bailey will try to make it to third base. Let me see. Hold on a second. Let me look at something. Oh, he will make it to third base. First and third. Now the infield's in for the Mets. All right. Let's see where that went. Had a die take a hike on us. Let's see. Let's get it back here. Oh, that's not even the right die. I just found a white die. Let's see if I have my other green die somewhere around here. Don't see it. I had two green die because one, for some reason, the green one always takes a trip on me. Let's see. It's right under my foot. Okay. All right. Where were we? All right. Let's see if so. Tom's got some pressure. He's pitching under pressure here. First and third, one out. It's 5-4 Expos, and we want to prevent any more runs from coming in. So let's see what happens. Mets are going to have to bring the infield in, and here goes. And that is a 54. That's going to be a base hit. And Bateman may make it to throw. He's very slow. He's going to stop at second. And that is going to be the second baseman, Hunt, with another single. Seaver's just having bad luck right now. We're going to get the bullpen going. And it's going to be first and second with one out. Let's see if Seaver can get an out. Gary Sutherland being out here, and that's going to be a slow ground ball to the first baseman. Both runners are going to move up. And you have the pitcher now. And we're letting the pitcher bat. It's 1971. It is 6-4. And that's a 73 and a 9. That's strike 3, and that retires the side. That's 10 strikeouts for Tom Terrific. But a couple of earned runs came in this inning. On 4 hits, a double and 3 singles. So just the rolls were just automatic hits. There was nothing you could do with those rolls. So it's going to be 6-4 now. 6-4 Expos. Jones, Cranepool, and Singleton. I expect both these pitchers to finish this game. We'll see what happens. Never know for sure. 63, that's a walk. 4th walk allowed by Stoneman. Hey there, Arnold Hunter. Welcome, my friend. 20. Eddie Cranepool, 17. And that is a, defensive check. And it's pretty easy to check the defense. It's a 42, and that says it's an error on the shortstop. So the ground ball to the shortstop, Sutherland, he bobbles it, and everybody will be safe. So we've seen 5 errors in this game. Usually, you get a very fair distribution of errors. It's very realistic in this game. E6, Kenny Singleton. So Mets have the tying runs on. And that is going to be a 72 and a 6, and a 72 is a strikeout. So Singleton strikes out for the second time. And that's strikeout number 4 for Bill Stoneman, who was 17. He was a 17-game winner with a 3.15 ERA for the Expos in 1971. This game's being played June 24th, 1971. This is Seaver's 16th start. He's 10-1. In reality, he was 8-3. So here's Kenny Boswell, first and second, only one out, top of the 7th. That's a 57, and that is a base hit. Jones may be fast, and we may have to look. Let's see if Leon Jones is, nope, he's average, so he's going to stop. Bases are going to be loaded. Yes, sirree. Bases are loaded. And it feels back, Jerry Grody. 68, and that is a strikeout. Number 5 for Stoneman. Big K with the bases loaded. And here goes Tim Foley. And that is a 10, and that will be a ball 4. That's going to force in a run. RBI for Foley. Oh, he's third baseman. All right, everybody moves up. So 2 outs, bases loaded. And we're looking to bring in a replacement now. We're going to bring in a replacement for Bill Stoneman. I think it's that time. I use PC Replay Baseball to kind of keep track my my rosters and so on, so I can just look there and I can be secure that I can be secure that I'm using the right play. In other words, that the guys I'm using are on the roster. So I'm just going to have to make a P4. Okay, let's see. All right, let's see who we got here. We can bring a guy named Marshall. I think that's Mike Marshall. Mike Marshall, and we are going to go with Mike Marshall here. And let's see where he would be batting. I may have to make a double switch. No, I don't have to worry about that. I got lucky. So you get every player with Deep Drive Baseball, and the cards are super easy to read. And it gives you a really good game. As you can see, we have a seesaw battle going on here between the Mets and the Expos in 71. Love learning these older guys, these older players, these older teams, just learning about the abilities of the players and how they batted and the positions they played and so on and so forth. Mike Marshall. I don't see Mike Marshall. I wonder if he was traded. What happens is if he was traded, I have to go to that team that he ended the season with and pull him from there. So let's see if I may have to do that. Who knows? Oh, no, he's here. All right, so he's going to come in. He's a closer, but we're going to see if we can push him a little bit. All right, there's 2 outs, so Mike Marshall's in the game now. Score is 6-5. And it's Tom Seaver. Now, this is an opportunity for us to pull Seaver into pinch hit for Seaver. Hold on. And you know what? We're going to have to do that. So Mike Marshall, we're going to see if we can. We're going to bring in Art Shamsky. Shamsky's going to pinch hit for Seaver. And with 2 outs and the bases loaded, see if we can get a hit out of him. And then we're going to bring in, I guess we can bring in Tug McGraw. Tug McGraw should be available. All right, here goes. Pinch hitter Art Shamsky with the bases loaded. The score is 6-5. Expos. We are in the top of the 7th. It's Mike Marshall. Mike Marshall's 5-8 with a 4.28 ERA, but he was the main go-to guy. That's a 13. That's a walk, and that's going to force in the tying run. Scoring is Kranepool, and the score is tied at 6-6. RBI for the pinch hitter Shamsky. Top of the order, Tim Foley. Here's a pitch from Marshall, and that's a 79 and an 8, and that is a defensive lookup. And a 33 is going to tell me it's a range check. So we're going to look at the range section. And it's a 94. And that's going to be a fly ball right field. Let's see what Staub is out there. Rusty Staub, not known to be a great, and he's going to let that drop in. And that may go for a double, 94. So, no, it's going to go a single plus. 2 runs will score. Mets take the lead, 8-6. And that is going to be the shortstop. Picks up 2 more RBIs. And going to third base is Shamsky, first and third. And it's going to be Buddy Harrelson. Wait a second. No, that was Buddy Harrelson. And it's going to be Mike Jorgensen, 76. And a 2, and that is a strikeout. And that's going to retire the side. So the Mets pick up 4 runs, and they lead it 4 runs on 2 hits, 3 walks, and an error. And they lead it by a score now. What was that? It was picked up 2 there, 6-4. Now it's going to be 8-6 Mets. Bottom of the 7th, and we're going to have Tug McGraw. Let's take a quick look at that situation. See if McGraw is available to pitch. For single. There's a ground ball, second base. All right, and then the first batter singled. We'll go over what Seaver accomplished today. And McGraw is available, so that'll work out perfect. And let's look at Seaver's numbers. Seaver went 6 innings. He struggled a little bit today. Gave up four hits there and 1 there. 6 hits in 6 innings. 6 runs, but 1, 2, 3. Only 3 earned runs. He walked 1 and struck out 10. 1 wild pitch, and he faced 27 batters. All right, Tug McGraw. Tug McGraw, 11-4 with a 1.70 ERA. He's going to face Boots Day here in the bottom of the 7th. Let's take a look at our scoreboard. It is away. The Mets are up 8-6. Seesaw battle. And we are in the bottom of the 7th. So here goes. Boots Day, lefty on lefty, and that is a 14, and that is a base on ball. So Tug McGraw loses them. Stan Swanson, who's a good hit and run guy, we're going to try hit and run. See if we get something going here. 48, that's going to prevent it's going to prevent a fielder's choice. It's going to allow Boots Day. It's a ground ball to the first baseman. Steps on the bag. Crimples steps on the bag ahead of Swanson, but that moves Boots Day to second base. Rusty Staub, who's 0 for 3 today, struck out twice, and he's flied out. Pitch from Tug McGraw, and that is a 12. That's going to be lined. That's going to be a base hit, and that's a run scores. Just like that. RBI single for Rusty Staub. Can't keep him down for long. Ron Fairley, 0-1. That's a deep drive. This game could be tied, folks. It all depends, and that's a tied. No, the Expos could take the lead, and they do. That's a deep drive, right field, and back goes Singleton to the track, to the wall, looks up, and that's out of here. Holy smokes, 9-6, 9-8. Ron Fairley connects. And the Expos have scored 3 runs here in the bottom of the 7th. Let's grab that scoreboard. The home team picks up 3 runs and takes a 9-8 lead in what is known as a barn burner. Oh, no, 2. There we go. 2 RBIs for Fairley, and now it's going to be Bob Bailey. Tug McGraw is going to be fatigued. All right. I don't need that one. All right, so it's a 23. I'll show you how fatigue works. So that's a strikeout, but I can move it to 73, and it'll still be a strikeout. You can move up 50 points when the pitcher's fatigued to your advantage. So I can move up 50 points. And I want to read that rule. I want to read that rule because I'm looking at a different endurance. And let's see what it says about their card. Yeah, it's got to be 50 points. It can't be automatically 50 points. Well, no, it has to be automatically 50 points. Yeah, here it is. When a batter advantage exists, the offensive manager may choose to subtract 50 from any roll. Yeah. All right. So it was subtract 50 from. Oh, okay. All right. So that may be misplaying a little bit. Let's double check that. So when a batter advantage exists, the offensive may subtract 50. It doesn't say add 50 from any row. 50-99. In addition, fielders subtract 1 point from their fielding ratings. When pitcher advantage exists, the defensive manager may choose to add 50 points. Okay. I played that wrong. I've been playing that wrong. All right, so you can't go up or down. You can only go in one direction. So if it's on the pitcher card and the batter has an advantage, you can play it off the batter card and vice versa. All right, so 23. And it's not off the pitcher card, so I got to use that 23, and that's going to be a strikeout for out number 2 for Tug McGraw. And here's John Bateman. That's an 82. Now we can go to a 32, and a 32 is going to be an out even on Bateman's card, and that's a fly to right. Right there is Singleton, and that's going to retire the side, but the Expos pick up 3 runs on 2 hits, and they lead it 9-8. Holy smokes, 9-8, top of the 8th. It's going to be Cleon Jones. Marshall is in there, Mike Marshall. And here's the pitch. It's a 61. Marshall should be fatigued. Let's see. No, not really. 61 is going to be a base on balls. Oop. So Jones walks for the 3rd time. He's on at first. It's Crane pull. Top of the 8th, 9-8. That's a 12. Crane pull. That's a base hit. Little ground ball and through the infield. Stopping at second is Jones, 1st and 2nd now. Kenny Singleton. That's a 65 and a 6. And a 65 is a base on balls. Bases are loaded. Ken Boswell. Let's see if we have a lefty. Let's see if we have a lefty for so that was a line drive double play. Let's get that in. And then a K. Let me see, 1 second. All right. So bases loaded. Let's see if we got a lefty in the bullpen for the Expos. And we do not have a lefty. Donahue. Nope. He's a starter. So we do not have that available. So we're going to stay. We're going to hold it. We're going to keep Marshall in there. Bases loaded. Infield is going to come in for the Expos against Kenny Boswell. Here's the pitch from Mike Marshall. Mike Marshall, 4.28 ERA. But that's what they got. 65. That's a base on balls. That's going to force in a run. And the game is tied at 9 apiece. RBI for Kenny Boswell. Everybody moves up 1. Bases are still loaded. Here comes Jerry Grody. Check the scoreboard. It's 9-9. Mets have just tied it here in the top of the 8th inning. And that is going to be 1 run allowed, and that's going to be Marshall now has completed 2 points, so he becomes fatigued. Marshall is fatigued. We're keeping Marshall in there. That's a 75, and that is going to go down to a 25, and a 25 is going to be a 3. Infield's in. That's hard hit. And if he's not slow, so it won't be a double play. It's going to be a fielder's choice. A 6-2 fielder's choice. And it's Tim Foley. Where's Timmy Foley? Let's see. There. What did I do with Tim Foley's card? Ah, there he is. All right, Tim Foley is up now with the bases loaded. Score is tied at 9 here in the top of the 8th inning. That's a 53, and that's a deep drive off of Marshall's card. We rolled a 9, so that is a modified potential out. Let's see what we roll. It all depends. There's no modifications on Foley, so it's going to be a 64, and that's going to be a 2-run double. Foley pulls one down the line into left field corner after it is Swanson. In is Singleton. Here comes Boswell, and stopping at third is going to be Grody. How many outs? 1 out. So Grody's going to stop at third. 2-run double for Tim Foley. 2 runs come in, and the Mets now take an 11-9 lead. Holy Toledo. Run comes in there. Run comes in here. And that is third baseman. That's 4 RBIs for Tim Foley today. Nuts. He's got 1 hit and 4 RBIs. It's been a crazy game. And now here comes McGraw with 1 out. McGraw pitched 1 inning and he's fatigued. So, and we're going to bring in a pinch hitter right here. Marshall's going to get pulled as well. So this game is a little bit, a little bit plotting. Let's see. Let's go back to the screen. All right. I hope everybody's good, doing well there. Daniel Patami, deep drive. Sorry. All right. Let's see here. We're going to bring in a guy named Raymond. Oh, no. Raymond's coming in, so let's find him. You get all the players with deep drive baseball, and this is good for you guys because you don't have to order anything by mail. You can just buy the PDF. And it's a great little game. And once I start playing it, I can't stop. I'll be honest with you. So I don't see Raymond. Where is Raymond? There he is, Claude Raymond. He's coming in. And I may have to pull a double switch. Let me check out where the pitcher is in the lineup. Nope. All right. Pretty simple. Keeping it simple. Claude Raymond. Let me go back to the stream. All right. This is no. He pitched a shutout in last game against I believe it was against the Phillies. I believe pitched a shutout, 2-hit shutout. So he's 10-1. In actuality, he was 8-3, and he's not going to win this one. It's going to be McGraw right now, so he's going to stay at 10-1, and actually he becomes 9-3 after this game. In reality, so he'll be 9-3, and in our replay, he's 10-1. So that's about it. Okay, so it's going to be Tim Foley here. No, Tim Foley batted. We're going to have a pinch hitter, and we haven't picked him yet. And Claude Raymond is a righty. Let's see if I got a lefty on the bench who's available. I believe Dave Marshall's available, a lefty specialist. So Marshall, pinch hitter. And here goes. That's a 23 and a 2, and that is a strikeout. So that's out number 2. And here comes Buddy Harrelson. Harrelson's 2 for 5. I roll that D20 in case there's a 1. If there's a 1, then I have to check the wild pitch, pass ball, pick off type thing, balk. 88, although balks hardly ever happen. 88, just like in reality. 4, it's a ground ball hit hard at the third baseman who backhands it. And Bailey, with a strong arm, fires to first in time, and that retires the side. But the Mets pick up pick up 1, 2, 3 runs. Holy smokes. And they retake the lead. 3 runs puts the Mets up 12-11. And I can't, so it's going to be away is 12, and the home team is 11. We are in the bottom of the 8th inning. And let's double check those runs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see where I left some runs. We got 2. In the 8th, they picked up 3 more. 1, 2, 3 on 2 hits. So that's 7, that's 9, and 2 is 11. That's all I got for the Mets. I don't have 3 runs for the Mets. I have 2 runs. I'm missing. Wait, hold on a second. I got 2 there. None there. None there. None there. I got another one there. That's 3 on this error. 4. That's 4 runs in the top of the 6th. Total 4 runs. 6-4. Expos led it. Okay. So then the Mets picked up another 4 in the top of the 7th, and here they pick up 3. So that's 11. Expos have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so my calculations are all off here. All right, so all right, here it is. Okay, all right. 9-8. That's correct. But the Mets pick up 3. So now it's Mets 11-9. All right. And at the end, I put all this information so to double confirm. But it's 11-9 Mets. So let's go back. So the Mets retake the lead based on what I see here. A little bit crazy, so I have to slow down and recount. So again, they pick up 5 and 4 is 9, and that's 11-9. And the Mets have 3, 7, 9, 11. 11-9. Okay, great. Bottom of the 8th. Hunt, Sutherland, and Stoneman. And the Mets are going to bring in a new pitcher. Hopefully these pitchers can kind of settle things down. We are going to bring in Danny Frizzella. Frizzella was the Mets closer in 1971. I don't know if you follow the Mets at all, but or remember that name. I remember that name just a little bit. Danny Frizzella had a heck of a season, 71, with a 1.99 ERA and an 8-5 record. All right, he's going to face Hunt, Sutherland, and then, of course, the pitcher spot. Hunt, Frazier, and the pitcher spot. You know what? Let me see who my catcher is, because I want to pull a double switch. I want to pull a quick double switch. All right, guy named Boca Bella. Boca Bella, and I think I saw him. So Boca Bella is going to come into the game. You got every card with Deep Drive Baseball, all that. There he is, John Boca Bella. All right, so Boca Bella is going to be batting in the pitcher spot, in Stoneman's spot. And then, of course, the pitcher is going to go to the catcher spot, Boca Bella. So double switch. So I'll make a note, top 8th, double switch with 9th place batter. Oh, okay. Let's go back to the Yes, beautiful, gorgeous Seaver card. It is a great card. He's pitched amazingly in the last 4 or 5 starts. He's been shut out, 1-run game, shut out, 1-run game. He struggled a little bit in this game. He gave up 3 earned runs. He didn't have very much defensive help. But he did have issues in the 6th inning where he gave up a double and 3 consecutive singles. 2 runs scored in that inning. So he did give up 3 runs in this game. All right, bottom of the 8th, Ron Hunt versus Danny Frizella. Let's get Frizella in there. Just trying to focus in on everybody. McGraw struggled. He gave up 3 runs. Holy smokes. On a walk and 2 hits. He struck out 1. No hit batsman. He faced 6 batters. And no wild pitches. All right, Ron Hunt from Danny Frizella, bottom of the 8th. Mets are up by a score of 11-9. That's an 85. That's off the pitcher's card. That's a fly to shallow center. Racing in is Jorgensen, and he gets there. Gary Sutherland, and it's a 46 and a 9, and that's a fly to center. 2 out, and it's Bocabella. Here's a pitch to Bocabella. That's a 13, and that is strike 3. Strikeout, first strikeout of the game for Danny Frizella. We'll go top of the 9th. It's going to be Mike Jorgensen leading it off for the Mets. Claude Raymond is still in there. Such a cool name, Claude Raymond. That's like a double first name. An 81 is a defensive lookup, and that's easy to do. 0-3 is going to be a range check. We look here. 20 is going to be a 20 is a ground ball second baseman. Hunt is going to wait a second. Hunt is going to field it cleanly. Hunt is at least a 3. That's why. He's a 3, so he'll field it easily. And Cleon Jones is next. Cleon Jones went out, top of the 9th. 11-9 Mets. 14. That's a base hit for Jones. So Jones has walked 3 times and singled twice. He's 2 for 3 on the day. Steady Eddie Kranepool now. Steady Eddie has a hit and a walk, reached on an error. And here's the pitch to Eddie Kranepool. 78 is a strikeout. And now it's Kenny Singleton. That's a 20, and that is strike 3. And last licks for the Expos. No runs, no hits there, no runs, and 1 hit here in the top of the 9th. Bottom of the 9th is going to be the top of the order. Day, Swanson, and Staub versus Danny Frizella. Mets are up 11-9. So, yes, sirree. 11-9. And here goes. Boots Day. See if the Mets can hold on. This is a crazy game. It's a 95 and a 0. That's line and caught by the first baseman, Steady Eddie Kranepool. Next is Stan Swanson, who's 0 for 4. That's a 20, and that is a defensive check. We just pushed it aside. Very easy, just double 0. Range takes us to range, and a 0-8 is a little ground nubber for the catcher. And that's Grody. Over to first, 2 out. And here's Rusty Staub. Rusty Staub is 1 for 4. That's an 89 and a 6. And this is going to be a ground ball, second base. Second baseman Boswell. And the ball game is over. No runs, no hits. Mets win it by a score of 11-9. Let's check out the hits for the Mets in this game. There's a lot of walks. The Mets picked up a lot of walks, and that's what really helped them get back into the game, and the errors. Walks and the errors really were the central part of all the seesawing, and exchanging the lead throughout the game. So the Mets had only 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits. That's all I can see here. Mets 9 hits. Whereas the Expos, that's 6 right there, 7, 8 hits. But the walks were what really stood out to me in this game. Let's do it with yellow. Mets had a couple of walks there. Another one here. 2 more here. Another one there. 2 more there. Holy smokes. And another one here. So walks really made the difference for the Mets. They allowed the Mets to win this game. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 walks. Mets picked up 9 walks. Seaver allowed only 1 walk. And then it was McGraw who allowed a walk. And no walks were allowed by Frizella or Raymond. Seaver had a great day in terms of strikeouts. He struck out a bunch of Expos. Well, these are all his strikeouts. That's 5 right there. 7. 2 more in the 5th inning. So he had his fastball going today for sure. Picked up 10 strikeouts in 6 innings. But it really was that 6th inning. I could have kept him in maybe. Could have pushed him a little bit, but he was already at 3 runs, and I don't want to let him go higher than 3 runs because it's harder to, when you let him go, allowing more than 3 runs in a game, it becomes difficult to then, bring that ERA back down. So I didn't want him to do that. There were a bunch of errors, though, 5 errors in this game. Anyway, New York with 11 runs, 9 hits, 3 errors. Montreal with 9 runs, 8 hits, and 2 errors. Mets pull it off, a seesaw battle back and forth. The win is going to go to McGraw. I can almost guarantee it. Frizella is going to pick up a save. Seaver gets a no decision. He remains at 10-1. In actuality, he was 9-3 because in reality, he won this game. And I will see you guys soon. I hope you enjoyed the Deep Drive baseball presentation. It's a fun game. Its season is $12. You can try it out for $1. Very easy to play. And as I play, I keep on learning the rules. And getting better with that. So this is CP Cards and Dice saying adios, amigos. Thanks for stopping by.